Good morning. Welcome to the Java Cafe, Java fam.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Excuse me. Good morning. Good morning. Today is Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024. It is Giving Tuesday. We're going to get to that later. However, I want to definitely, first of all, turn the ringer off on the phone and start off sort of immediately with some things before we go into Testimony Tuesday in reference to some happenings in politics yesterday. Uncle Joe pardoned his son, Hunter. Now, let's go through a few things. One, that's his father. And I said that truly like a Bostonian. That's his father, not father. That's his father. Two, I'll do the humanity stuff first. That's his father. We know that Hunter got caught up in the politics. He dealt with drug addiction. I believe he was a straw purchaser of a gun, and these are alleged, but he was investigated. And his father pardoned him. Okay. Now, a few things there. In the foundation, we see white privilege, white men, the father and son, on full display. There are many people in this country who have been wrongfully convicted. All politics are local. Let's talk about Joseph Bennett, who started a trial yesterday and understanding that it's continued until tomorrow for a crime some years ago just because of his last name. Wrongfully convicted, wrongfully sentenced. And a large portion of them are Black and brown men, Black and brown women. There's that piece of it, the inequity of the system. There's a lot of talk about the justice system and everything that needs to be done and all of that stuff. However, let me go back to a little bit, not humanity. The second tier would be politics. And we'll end with equity or lack thereof. We know what the rapist, racist, liar intends to do with the Department of Justice. He has, what's your face? The dude for FBI. So I'm going to make this quick so we can move on to other and better things, because I told y'all I don't want to focus so much on this, but we have to stay aware. And it's all on social media, from commentators to influencers to everyday just residents. We know that the Department of Justice has a lot of potential to be weaponized. And someone put up an article and said that basically Joe was protecting his son's physical safety. So with that being said, not that anyone asked, and not that it carries a lot of weight, but good for him from a political standpoint and from a human standpoint as being his father, and he has power. Now, let's get to the equity and lack thereof. White men have been doing this since their existence. In the Bible, I'm sure, many examples. In our early beginnings here in this country. And Ayanna Pressley and a few people have named and called out the fact that this is white privilege, male white privilege on full, undistorted, unequivocal display. Those weren't her words. Those are mine, the last two. And so, things are just going to get very interesting. And my hope and belief as we transition a little bit away from this is that we have a testimony 2 years from now that Congress goes back to Democrat in the House, as well as our testimony will be that 4 years from now, things go back to normal and we have a sane president, a woman of color. We'll leave that there. Let's go in the comments and see, because I know folks probably have some commentary about this, as well as saying good morning. It's Testimony Tuesday. It's also Giving Tuesday, and I'm going to share some information, a little bit of an ask with you all later. But Nicole, good morning. Good to see you in the room this morning. Miss Teresa, good morning to you. I see you picking up some sales out there with those cutting boards and whatnot. Mama Java, good morning. Good to see you in the room. Sister Debbie, good morning to you. Good to see you. Also, Deidre, good to see you in the room this morning. Javon or when you see people on their social media name, Vaughn, rather, good to see you in the room, brother. Asia, good morning to you. Good to see you in the room. I think I saw Tamisha as well. Naraki, good morning to you, beautiful. Good to see you in the room as well. Heidi, good morning to you. Good to see you in the room this morning. So we're going to move away from Hunter, and I'm going to ask you to participate this morning and let me know by putting one word. This is kind of going back as we're closing out the year. We got some guests coming up before the end of the year, but I found myself this week with you all 3 days this week. And I'll share some other information about that as far as operations and whatnot shortly. Let me just make a note because I actually am doing better so I can cover everything. Okay. Since I have my notes out. So we talked about that. I also wanted to remind everyone, for those that would like to either contribute or support the Davis system, as mentioned, is having an event tonight at Estella's downtown Boston, and they are raising money for the Bishop McNamara School. And so I think there's a link. I will put a link up. We're going to go back old school like we used to do in real time right now. I will go find the link and put it in the comments if you would like to contribute to their event this evening. Even if you can't make it, you are able to contribute now. Let me find the actual link. Okay, there it is, the Davis system. And there is not a link as of yet. You probably, knowing them, that you probably need to go to the Bishop McNamara website. If you want to contribute, you all know how to reach Erin in her inbox and check in with her and let her know. But pray for that event tonight, that it is successful. The other thing that I wanted to mention this morning, I'm telling y'all now, it's going to be a little bit of a quick shot. And I do have a surprise for you all this morning. I got that all set. Testimony Tuesday and Giving Tuesday. I'm going to kind of mix both of those up a little bit here. The testimony is that we are approaching, come on March 24th. We are for January, February. Wait a minute, hold on. December, January, February, March. 22nd is in 2 weeks. We are about 3.5 months away. We're about 3.5 months away from celebrating 5 years of this space. That in itself is a testimony. I often refer to a testimony being a thing that you're dealing with in which you feel tested and you come out on the other side, maybe some lessons learned, some things revealed about you, about other people, about life. And over the 4 years and 9.5 months, 8.5 months, 10, 9.5 months. Over the last 4 years and 9.5 months, I've learned a lot. And it is undeniable. And I am doing better at saying that unequivocally, we have had impact. We hold a space, and our mission is to share information and resources with the community for the awareness of utilization of those resources, and also information for the purpose of mobilizing toward action for equitable life for everyone. We ain't got there yet. Tuesday, November 5th, prove that. Some other things going on in our community prove that. And so we're still here. And I've had a few people reach out to me from the medical community and also from just community leaders and just folks around me and saying, oh, Jimmy, this platform is going to be hugely important over the next 4 years. Public health. I'm going to bring back the mental wealth conversation with folks like Alex Edwards and his wife and brother Jelani and Naisha and others, because it is imperative. that we stick to this mission. And we've made it 4 years and 9.5 months. That's the testimony. The Giving Tuesday piece is that I don't do a lot of ask. And for various reasons. However, with the previous and also observing other nonprofits that function in different ways and whatnot, I am not a nonprofit. However, I do have a nonprofit conduit that accepts donations for me. And so before the end of the program today, I'm going to put that information up, as well as for those of you that, the nonprofit donations are for tax write-offs. For those of you on this Giving Tuesday that may and want to casually support this platform, put the Cash App up. But after the surprise I'm going to share with you as we get ready to go into the holiday season, and I tried to have it ready yesterday and it wasn't, I do have a surprise for you in the form of Regina is in the building. Good to see you. And I would love to be a part of the conversation. Listen. Oh, yeah. You and Dr. Lewis. Heck yes. Just do me a favor and send me a little email nudge. And so during the surprise, I'm going to get the information. I'll tell you now the information. If you would like to send a check and make a donation, you can do that. I guess I'll go ahead and put it up now. You can make checks payable to the Lewis D. Brown Peace Institute. And what I will do is, I'm not going to put my address up there. What I will do is contact info@javawithjimmy.com. If you would like information to do one or two things, if you would like to write a check and contribute on this Giving Tuesday, or I'll go ahead and put the other information up. The conduit of the Lewis D. Brown Peace Institute is for those that need or want the tax write-off. For those that just in the spirit of Giving Tuesday want to be a support and aren't really concerned about the tax write-off. This is the Cash App information. Part of the testimony is it's been interesting. I will say that. We started out as a resource on the 24th of March of 2020, the day after the governor told us to stay home. Went and got the coffee off the, not here, but off the Keurig, sat down and called myself preparing us for what we saw being the inevitable of the disproportionate impact of COVID on Black and brown communities. And early on, a lot of, medical industry, public health, hospitals, the Health Commission, the Boston Foundation, City of Boston, Lyft. There was a lot of Mass Housing Partnership, Embrace Boston, 12th Baptist Church, trying to go over all the early contributors, Pastor Matt Thompson, Thaddeus Miles, Mattapan Tech Center, brother Louis Jack, I think that's his name. Early on, there was a lot of support. Out of that, we formed a relationship. Out of our impact in the medical space, we formed a relationship with Massachusetts General Hospital. For about a year, they were really funding the entire platform, not just on those other Tuesdays. And then after 18 months, that changed. Since then, for events, we've partnered, and I want to appreciate Johnson & Johnson and Bayer and others, Dr. Rick Lee, those over at the Cancer Center who are actively saying, hey, Jimmy, we need to do some things to look out for you, and most of all, the community, because of your resource to the community. And so I've embraced the fact that things have changed. A lot of that support is no longer there. Some have said that, over the next year or so, a lot of public health advocacy and policy organizations, allies with resources, a lot of DEI money from real allies with resources, and others are going to put what they say, a lot of that money back out on the street. That's next year. And the testimony is, in the spirit of Giving Tuesday, it's been rough the last couple of years. And I've said often, fourth quarter is fourth quartering as it does. And so that's, I embrace the impact. Contrary to some belief, I received one $10,000 grant. Not, let me correct this. $9,999, I think it was, that was used and dispersed with others. The platform, and not even the platform, the work that I was doing with the mayor's office around that healing. Oh God, we did the healing tour. That was payment for that particular work. And so, someone also said to me, Jimmy, the way you're out there and doing stuff and whatnot, we think you're getting paid for all that. The community stuff, especially, and my support of Black-owned businesses and entities is just something that I think is right to do. And also, I've embraced this industry influencer, going out to eat, promoting these Black-owned businesses, because and I'll say this too, it has helped. And some of the businesses owners have said it to me, that has helped the promotion. And so with all of that being said, when we come back from our surprise, I'll put the information up again so I can satisfy those that said I should do it. And also balancing the fact that y'all, if you know me real well, I don't like to ask. And those that I do, there's a very short list. And so I'm balancing. Uncle Thaddeus put a post up today about, and it's okay to ask for help, especially when you're helping. I do some contracts and advertising. Y'all see the partnership we have with ABCD and some other things, and some hosting and different things. I hustle. And that SN hustle has a line through it, and make things happen. But, and I'm from the nonprofit world. And so I'm sending out an email later, but also mentioning it to you all today for those of you that want to support. A lot of you that in here are charter members and support, may not have means in which to do. This ain't for y'all. This is more for the after watchers and others. And I'll be transparent with y'all. Can clip this up a little bit for asking a video. No, I'm messing. Listen, speaking of video, yesterday I had attempted, we are in the holiday season. Thanksgiving was last week. Hopefully everyone had a good one. But we are in the holiday season. And yesterday I wanted to, with a lot of what we were talking about, I wanted to end on a good note and share some footage with you from one of the Java with Jimmy at GBH episodes that we did there when we were in partnership with them. All shade, all tea. However, one good thing that came out of it, and eventually I might get into the contract with y'all, but one thing that was obtained in that contract was and a lot of people in the industry said, good luck, good, good for you, Jimmy. That contract had 50% intellectual property ownership in it. I have all my videos that I can use at my disposal. So with that being said, getting in that holiday spirit, I want to share with you a rendition of Silent Night, public domain, that was performed by the world-renowned Tyrone Chase, who is a professor at Berklee College of Music. When he goes on, I'm going to text his wife. Matter of fact, let me text her now so she can cue it up and get it ready to watch. Y'all know his. Oh, Got to shout out my good sister, Latrell Chase. She had a birthday party. Latrell turned 50 this year, and her wonderful grand self did something every first of the month for the entire year of 2024. And she closed out on Sunday, December 1st, with a 90s party. About to play Ty. And so thinking about him and thinking about her, I just wanted to mention her birthday was in August, y'all. But welcome to the club, Latrell, and wonderful event. I popped in real quick on Sunday and just want to mention that. All right. We are going to share with you Silent Night as we are going into the holiday spirit by Pastor, Professor, Maestro Tyrone Chase. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Tyrone Chase. And we have a few others that we're going to drop here and there throughout the rest of the holiday. But that boy is bananas. There's so much footage I have of him. Y'all know it makes me think of the video from Bishop Service. I might close out with that. This Tyrone Chase will be our featured artist on today. Let's go into the comments and check in before we get ready to wrap up. UCB, y'all are going to get an hour. Y'all are not getting my 90 minutes today like y'all did yesterday. Berkeley is in the cafe. Where is Berkeley? Oh, Tyrone. Yes, absolutely. You have a child there. Regina is saying, I am finally learning to ask for help and not feel guilt when I do. It's not so much guilt. It's pride. I'll be honest. It's pride. I don't have any other thing to say beside that it's pride. But I'm also, understanding that it's okay. Over on Instagram, I want to shout out my friend and sister Remy in the city, who was in the building over on Instagram. And what she said to me was, my most toxic trait is not asking for help. I am the most helpful person. Ditto, Remy. I kind of share that sentiment as well. But I'm getting there, and it's pride. And I'll be transparent. It's, real, why Jimmy need help? Like I thought he was I know. So I'm just being honest. So again, Auntie Paula Auntie Paula put up a post yesterday. This is why I love her, because Jesus Lord. Hold on, let me go find it for you. Auntie Paula said yesterday, and here we go. So all of those women who look like me that voted for the evil Cheeto, you voted so you can get rid of affirmative action, DEI. Let's take a looky at how you benefited from the actions above so you can see how you shot yourself in the footski on this and reproductive freedom. Don't want to see or hear those fragile white, and she types YT, white tears in a couple of years when certain opportunities dry up or white female biz owners ain't getting the city, state, or Fed contracts you used to lately. You voted for that POS because you wanted to hurt non-white people and other marginalized communities, but you shot yourself in the foot. Jesus. Auntie Paula, I didn't read it until the end. You stupid. Some people are bi-atch. That's what she said in her post. And then she commences to defining white women today are more educated and make up a bigger slice of the workforce as a result of decades of affirmative action policies. Then she goes in to give a little bit of history and tells us that affirmative action, the term itself, comes from JFK when he was basically saying that post the civil rights movement. Oh, Auntie Paula, you done got me here today. Post the civil rights movement, I'm going to pull myself in, that, Kennedy was saying that we need affirming actions from the government. So I just seen you in the room, Auntie Paula, and had to mention your post. Tiffany Williams is in the building. Good to see you. We got up on the News Talk New England today. Good to see you going strong. Huh? On the new, wait. News Talk. Wait. What? You simulcasting? Shout out to everybody from News Talk New England. Welcome to the Java Cafe via News Talk New England. Good to see you all in the room. I gotta go do a little bit of research. But it is awesome to have that opportunity. Real Boston, look at it, the other media outlet that is in the building, Real Boston Media. They're in the building as well. Yes, Auntie Paula said footski. Auntie Paula, I'll send you the link. So I saw that post and I just love it. Over these next, it's been a discussion we need to have, but over these next couple of years, real allies, your allyship, our evaluation of allyship, the filter in which we define, view, entreat an ally, it's changed significantly. But Auntie Paula, it's the last part for me. You voted for that POS because you wanted to hurt non-white people and other marginalized communities, but you shot yourself in the foot, you stupid BIATCH. We're going to leave that there. Heidi. They have benefited more than us in terms of DEI. I mean, come on, let's keep it 100. Right behind white men are who? Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't talking about the exit polls. Oh, Jesus. I don't know what's going on with me today because I'm feeling very froggy. I'm on my second cup of coffee. but it's a little bit of the energy that's needed. And so, Heidi, she said, Auntie Paula is exactly right. Sharon Cornelia said, I'm not there yet. So hard for me to ask. Oh, but I can give help. Sharon is definitely appreciated. I guess I got to go back to that now. Pull me in a little bit. But, one of the things that, we talk about, we encourage. Saturday, we had the conversation. I need to bring up that video. Saturday, we had the conversation with Aaron and Anthony about, the post-election debrief and a lot of stuff with the Democratic Party. Anthony talked a lot about of not feeling seen. And I actually have, did I download it here? I actually have a clip that I can share with you all from Saturday's episode. Here it is. It is in downloads. All right, let me share this clip from Anthony with you all real quick. I don't know how the screen is going to do because it's not formatted in the full screen format, but here we go. It's only 20 seconds, so bear with me.
He said straight Black men do not have a home in the Democratic Party. But for me as a Black man, I don't think that we can just pigeonhole it to straight Black men. I think that as a whole, the Democratic Party has failed at giving us examples of Black men within the Democratic Party.
And I mean, he goes on to name others like Wes Moore, the good brother from Baltimore, and others that aren't as raised. We have not, there's Reverend Warnock. Anthony said this, Reverend Warnock and some others. But post-Obama, and even some people, said that his upbringing didn't identify with the traditional, perceived generalization Black man experience. And so, it is important that we center, Black men in this. And how I got there, I think we were talking about DEI. Remy came over. Y'all crack me up. I guess I don't pay attention enough on Instagram. I'm going to try to do better, y'all. Remy came over to Facebook. Good to see you in the building. Heidi, he mentioned Cory Booker, as you said. And also Nicole said the 4 years will be full of the 4 years. So as a pundit and someone that understands dynamics and personalities, and you have these expectations, and, the racist, rapist, liar is a performer into theatrics and being animated. I am too, a little bit, to get a point across. During COVID, there were times where I would just sit and fall out at the ridiculousness, but the mannerisms and you just got to, so when Nicole said what she said, it's going to be 4 years of, Victoria Sliles is in the building. I think that is the brother that sang with the, Mayor's Choir. Good to see you in the building. Where is it? Nicole said it's going to be 4 years for these white women to F around and find out. So also, I thought you said it's going to be 4 years of laugh out loud before I put the comment on the screen. And it's really not a laughing matter, but as a political pundit and observer and people and dynamics observer, we're going to put the bleach in and we can wash it out. I really want to cuss right now. Some statements just feel better when they're followed up by Asia, why does a Black man experience have to be from the hood? We all have different circumstances. That's exactly what I was saying. Perceived conditioning. Thank you. Mama Java saying hi to Remy. And so to Asia's point, that's real. But every Black man, I'll say, Asia, we're making the same point. The fact that there is a population from the hood, a little bit of presumption, based on some stuff I saw from some brothers on social media. And some other brothers. I mean, I'm from the hood, but I've you know, as much as I'm struggling, I'm all right. But to Anthony's point, away from straight and gay, away from hood, middle class, you know, millionaires and whatnot. Listen, you get pulled over, you get accused of something. They're not checking your bank account. Now, do some have more resources to get the lawyer? Are some working the system and made money and doing well? And yeah. But see, it's as much as our point is real, I think on the other side or another perspective is there is a component of the brothers and in the hood that don't feel engaged, that don't feel that they're priority, that don't feel that their issues of being a single father, of fighting the issues of poverty, of recognizing the disproportionate, inequitable impact of folks getting into the weed industry now, and they just got out for serving 10 years. And so, Asia, thank you for helping me name some balance there. No. Woman, I'm about to cuss you. Not trolling. I'm truly curious on others' thoughts. I feel that we have the woman, first of all, your sister, a member, we have conversation. We love and know each other. That would be a debate, a conversation, not trolling, sis. So let me just make that plain for you, ma'am. But no, I mean, you steered the convo a little bit to, we both are saying the same thing, but there is a part of the black male population to which we're saying that everybody doesn't have that experience, but some of those that do, a good portion, don't feel that they're being treated right by politicians and electeds, period. And I still say this, the Democratic Party was taken off guard the way it was the last 4 years because it starts at the local, they pass up to the state, then the region, and then to the national DNC. You mean to tell me that nobody nowhere in the Democratic Party out of all of the city councilors, aldermen, and I don't know, in different cities and states, they do different things, and it's 10:40, I'm about to get off of here. Nobody peeped that. So, Asia, no troll or nothing at all. And thank you for the love. Nicole said something, and we're going to get ready to wrap up. I am going to play the second song from Tyrone as we close out today. I have an uncle who voted for him, and I don't understand it, given the fact that his parents, my grandparents, who were black and Italian, were married and had to fight like hell against racism to stay together. Nicole, that's my family's experience, my background, black and Italian. In the early, my cousin did a whole thing. She got pictures of the manifest, and our origin name is Pasquale. And then I think she married a Frenchman, and his last name was Boudreau. That was after my mother and all them were born. But yeah, that's our same experience as well. And what I don't understand locally, and let me just say this here in Boston, based on Nicole's comment and how racism, this city is known a lot for racism. What baffles me is the Irish folk over in old school South Boston, and some of their descendants all up in City Hall and the State House, the McCormick Building, and City Hall and Hawkins Street and 1010 Mass Ave and the Tobin Building, and some of their descendants are there. And that mentality displays itself. But what I realized one day when I understood the history of Irish need not apply coming here is, how dare you, during busing and during the Murder in Boston documentary, oh boy, some of them folks on that movie, you look at the people in the movie that were being racist, and you almost thought you were looking at it, but some of them were parents of people that are working right now, and grandparents and aunties and uncles. All right, let me get off of this and get ready to get off of here. Listen, out of all that I've talked about today, it is imperative. I'm going to go ahead and put two things. It is imperative that we stay engaged, we stay woke, and we stay aware, and we stay proactive. From everything to being intentional about eating healthy now. I was talking to I'll save that for another time. I will say this because it's a thought and I have to be authentic. Because of our mayor and our governor, if these appointments and if the Project 2025 agenda goes forth and there is this just gutting out of humanity and the civil liberties of residents and immigrants and those forced to migrate here, those that have migrated here illegally, those who are naturalized citizens by birth on this ground, which is not theirs. It's indigenous to the people here when the white folks got here from the Mayflower. Massachusetts and the city of Boston, at worst, could experience a huge amount of the federal government defunding and lifting a lot of subsidies and also not providing certain funding to the state and to the city. And I think I said this yesterday. I'm glad we have an AG. I'm glad we have a governor who was the AG, that was the AG during the first Trump period. Keep that. Side note, going to chat with the governor on December 16th. It's going to be a pre-record. We may cast it. We can't cast it the next day because I have a guest, and the 18th, I'm not sure. But we'll keep you abreast of that. We're going to chat with the governor about a few things soon, and we'll share that with you all. Probably we're going to check out her decorations and stuff and chat with her. And so I may do it on Christmas Eve, but if we get into a lot of the issues, I'm not going to air it on Christmas Eve because I just want us to be in the Christmas spirit. Getting back to my point when I'm talking about the governor, I'm glad that she was the AG and did a lot of the buffering during the first racist, rapist, liar administration. Massachusetts and Boston probably are going to lose, some federal funding. And so early on, some months ago, when when the mayor came on, and she said something that made me say, wait, can I ask you a question based on what you just said? Are you forecasting some economic concerns? And it wound up being this whole tax overhaul. And oh, Jesus. On this tax overhaul thing, I saw something on social media. Nick Collins, bro, are you the one holding up the vote? Are you the one that is not, from my understanding, what the mayor has proposed and this home petition rule and all this stuff that she's waiting for some senators that got some to support her? I saw something on social media that said that you're the holdup. Come on, Nick. You got my number. If you want to converse and explain, please feel free to give me a call. So the mayor is trying to buffer a good percentage of the absorption of what's going on with tax code so it doesn't fall equally on the residents as it does commercial properties. They got a little more cushion, a little more money. And so I'm appreciative of buffers. But I said all that in the last 3 minutes to say that just if you hear about the governor tapping into the rainy day fund, about the mayor celebrating the fact that Boston kept, I believe it's a AAA plus credit score. So in case, had the thought, Heidi, Ed Flynn, Jesus, y'all got me on here calling out electeds. Not calling out, calling in. It's 10:47. It's been floated around that Ed Flynn is going to run for mayor. My understanding is the consortium of white males that don't want the Asian Spanish speaking woman in office anymore wasn't too favorable toward Ed. And so now this other person comes out. Not saying the name right now. And so, this has been an issue, and Ed could have went hard. Him and Aaron pick and choose timing and what issues they want to, pump up. But to Heidi's point, this is what made me go here. Mass and cast issues done hit the so-called elite downtown. Now we might see real change. Here's the issue. It's been down there. It's just that the concentration of it, and also it's an election year. That, it's been an issue, and Ed is just, Anyway, I'm going to wrap up. With all that being said, one of the things that we do is we keep conversations going around the electoral process. We try to keep community members and watchers and after watchers civically engaged in the process to register to vote. In addition to that, we understand that sometimes that's an issue because of mental health and the economy and working 2 and 3 jobs. We talk about that. And we talk about all type of things here. And so Dina's in the building. Wu is not doing a good job. There's too many yes men. Dina, you say something there that I've said something in the past in response to this, and some people think it's cap. And this ain't just Michelle. The last mayor that I know that didn't deal with what she's talking about, there were yes men around Menino. However, Menino also wanted to be challenged around, eventually he made a decision. Dina, I'm supposed to be getting off of here. I would encourage you, if you could go back and edit and say people. And I know what you mean by yes men. I'm playing on semantics. I can go back, not so much Kim. Menino, probably never, because there was nothing that went on in this city that he didn't know about. And if he wanted something done, folks knew to get it done. They made it happen. And if anybody got offended or whatever after the fact, we dealt with it, but the mayor wanted it to happen. He told me to go do something at a community center one day and set it up. And it was with a community center that the person that ran it, well known in the community, respected and whatnot. And I went in and did what I needed to do and had to deal with the fallout with them after. I don't know if Kim functioned like that. Marty and Michelle certainly doesn't. It's not just men, it's women too. And also, it's not those mayors. Marty probably would have been the closest to Menino. There's some shared demographics there. It was a thought, so I'm going to say it. To Dina's point, I've made an observation for years around her point, and I'm just going to leave it there. And we bless the Lord for Pastor Drum. Not the man of God coming in the building and pulling me in. And said, all I'm going to say is the devil is a lie. Yeah. All right. You hear that church bravado come out. Dina, to your point. Unequivocally, I believe the mayor's heart is in the right place. But like Marty, and I got a firsthand experience with Marty around the people around him not having I remember I had to call Marty when I was still in ministry and hearing a little more from Jesus a little more frequently. And I said, Marty, there are people that are around you that are about themselves and also not about you. And more importantly, they're not about the residents of Boston. Pastor Drumright, you done brought me to tears, Jesus. And he gave me an example. He was like, James, you're absolutely right. I had to ding, 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 and had to do with his inauguration tickets. And all politics are local. What I talked about a lot of people feeling disenfranchised and not engaged, And y'all know that's my girl. This ain't no slight against her as a person. What Dina said was, she said that too, but Wu is not doing a good job. There are too many yes men around her. I will say this, the mayors don't move. She's a little bit like me. I just realized this in real time. Real Boston Media, the Davises, Newt, my mother can probably attest to it from years ago. Until it fits and processes in here, I'm not moving. And Michelle's like that. But the mayor is like that too. So anyway, no cap. But Dina said, yeah. I don't sing no more. I'll just put the post up. With that being said, UCB, y'all still getting an hour today. It's 10:54. Pastor Drumright, now my eyes are burning and all that from laughing. Yep. Nick Collins, Ed Flynn, and some general commentary on, because next year is going to be interesting. I'm going to end with this. Jesus. All politics are local. To Dina's point, that can be, I won't even say an opinion. That can be an experience of many, and it could not be of others. Balance. What I will say is that this movement, y'all got to go and look at the handwriting on the wall. Dr. Gay, that whole DEI article and the plan that was it the Wall Street Journal or the New York Times? The guy or someone actually wrote an article about the intention of killing DEI and affirmative action. There's an element of that here. What we got, the policy, morals and values have to be paramount when you're talking about elected leaders, when we join ourselves in support. Facts. I asked the mayor this, and I need to put that clip out the other day. Here in Boston, there's a symbolism to Kim and Michelle. Michelle ascended, Kim ascended to the city council president. Marty went off to be with Biden, and Kim became the first woman mayor, Black woman, specific, generally of color. A few months later, the Asian woman who speaks fluent Spanish got elected and became the second woman mayor, second mother in the city. While you all see the demonstration of what's going on and what happened on November 5th nationally, be not deceived. Go back and watch Saturday's episode and the numbers. We haven't did a deep dive into the numbers here in Boston. But counties all across America. And I think Anthony may have covered something a little bit, some counties here in Boston. I don't remember. That sentiment around the fragile, want to hold on to their power, scared of the browning of America, the browning of Boston, white boys, that spirit's here. Valid issues with policy, the bike lanes, the polls, Boston Public Schools. Don't be tricked. I felt my shoulder rise. It's time for me to go. Love you, Dina. Dina's been giving me a little bit of example too, because she's been doing her podcast. Dina, what's the name of your podcast? Type it real quick before you go, please, so we can promote it. It's about to happen. We're about to lose a lot of diverse opportunities, and some folks that played along to get along about this. Jesus, Lord Jesus. Dina, it is 10:58. I'm going to keep my word. UCB, we about to get y'all out of here. You all have a wonderful day. And Paul is in the building again. I like the mayor, but she is complacent, allowing underqualified people in her administration, keeping them in power. Very toxic and harassing and disrespectful. It's a podcast is the name of it. Now, if I didn't know Dina, I was like, duh, it's a podcast. The name of her podcast is It's a Podcast. If you got a second, can you put a link so folks can know put a hyperlink so folks can go follow. Y'all are messing. It is 10:58. I'm still going to keep my word. You all have a wonderful day. We will be back with you tomorrow. It may get past 11. Y'all might get 90 minutes. I talked to Darren yesterday, and though he is dealing, and I still solicit the prayers for the Howell family, got to mention the Edwards family as well, and others, the Turner family. Darren's coming in tomorrow. He's still active politically, but he's coming in tomorrow. One, because I know y'all want to see him, just to lay eyes on him, to check on him. But we're going to talk about some of the numbers, and Darren, with all that he was dealing with, flying back and forth and checking on Pops, Darren was on the ground too, leading groups for the DNC. So we're going to chat with him tomorrow at 10 a.m. So y'all only had me yesterday and today. I know y'all sick of me. You can have Darren and I tomorrow. And Jesus, some of this energy here today might be here tomorrow. It's on pause right now. Thanks for the plug. Dina, enjoy your pause and prosper. Plan. Enjoy your pause, sis. Whew, y'all messing with me today. In my post, the article I screenshot also mentioned affirmative action originally was intended for both racial and gender equality, but you know how many my people, Auntie Paula, you know how many my people want to rid anything that will help non-white folks, and that's why Cheeto got so many wanting to get rid of DEI. DOE. Pastor, I clicked that. Pastor, good to see you in the building as well. All right, y'all, I'm really getting off of here. Darren's going to be with us tomorrow. Sharon, don't try it. It's 11 o'clock. Y'all can get y'all a little 90 minutes. I'll wait till 11:01. Matter of fact, let me close out with Tyrone on Joy to the Jesus Lord. Such an appropriate song to close out after today. Joy to the world. The Lord has come. That's the wrong one. Okay. Here's the one I want. Everybody have a good day, y'all. Ty, before you go, I just wanted to, similar to Mark. That boy is ridiculous. I was going to use the other video, but y'all, joy to the world. We'll see y'all tomorrow at 10 a.m. with Darren Howe. Have a great day, everybody. And remember, no matter what you're going through, you've been through tests before. And hopefully you've learned something from it. And if not anything else, one thing that you should be aware of and keep in mind that you're still here. You're still in your right mind. You've got some bumps and bruises along the way, but you're still here. I just got a wonderful little text. Forgiving Tuesday. Again, if you would like to make a contribution in the form of a check and would like to do that with the confidence of your donation being tax deductible, you can contact me and you make your checks payable to the Louis D. Brown Peace Institute. Email me if you would like to get the address of where to send it. If you send it directly to them, just put Java with Jimmy in the memo and let me know that you sent it and how much. They do well over there, but we keep track over here too. Well, we haven't done it like this before. And then if you just want to support the platform and the tax write-off or tax deduction is not, you don't need to, then, you know, you can send the Cash App as well. So I did it. We're out of here. Y'all have a wonderful Testimony Tuesday. And as I said, remember, you got through others, so you're going to get through this one as well. Peace, y'all.